it's Rachel. I hope you can hear me. I pulled my camera a little bit further away so that you're not so close up on my face. And yeah, so first off, I do want to apologize for not uploading a video last week. Life got in the way, and while I already had some stuff pre-recorded, I just wasn't able to get it edited and uploaded last week. But next week we will resume with the dyeing videos and have lots of fun. So this one I want to talk about just like how we did at the end of last month. I want to do it again, where at the end of this month I talk about projects I'm working on, projects I have finished, future videos and all of that. So we'll start with works in progress. I currently have 2. And sad to say, I've been so busy that I haven't had much time for knitting. I did finish one sock of this that we talked about last month, and I haven't cast on the second sock yet. But this one, I will link the video down below, but the dyeing video for this yarn was the rainbow sprinkles or chocolate sprinkles experiment. And I have gotten a couple of questions about why I put them all in the same little shaker and why I didn't sprinkle them on separately to get actual rainbow sprinkles. And the reasoning was that I was just curious what would happen. I was pretty sure that we were going to end up with like a brown color if I just put them all in there, but I was curious what would happen if all the granules got put in the same thing and you sprinkled them out. Would they stay separated or would they just be brown? I could sprinkle them on separately and guarantee a rainbow, but I feel like we've already kind of done that with the kids. Like with Jared's sock yarn, we kind of had rainbow. They weren't quite like speckles or sprinkles. They were more like, I guess, farts, but of rainbow throughout the white. And then Emma's yarn that I showed on a previous dyeing video, we did sprinkle separately a whole rainbow of Kool-Aid on roving and then spun it. So that's why I figured that it would be brown sprinkles. I was ready to dye it teal, and so I dip dyed it, and I really like the variegation of color, and it's kind of fun with the brown sprinkles kind of mixed in there and all that. My second work in progress is I do occasionally buy commercial yarn, and I was at Walmart a couple months ago, and they had some random skeins that were like missing their the paper, the label that wraps around them, and they're marked down to like $1. So there was one skein of this, and I'm making a hat right now, and I thought, oh, that should be enough for a hat. And lo and behold, this is just one skein of this bulky, I'm guessing that it's Lion Brand. It kind of reminds me of Lion Brand yarn. And I went back to Walmart thinking, oh, well, that one was just clearanced because it's missing its label. There's got to be other of the same kind of color. I went and I looked and I couldn't find the same colorway, unfortunately. So I'm trying to decide if I just want to scrap it, pull this out and figure out what I can do with just one skein of bulky and do something else, or continue with the hat and get a different color and make it two-toned. This kind of does have a lot of colors, so I could do almost any color. If you have a color suggestion, if you're watching this, leave a comment down below. I don't know why my nose is so itchy right now. And let me know what color yarn you think would look best, and I can probably find almost any color with this commercial yarn. So those are my works in progress. Unfortunately, I don't have any finished objects to share. I've been really busy unpacking. I mentioned in the last video we did move, we bought a house, and we're working on unpacking, and I'm getting everything organized, and this month has just moved so fast. So I want to talk about acquired items. I thought, since I don't really want to do a whole separate unboxing video, so last month I talked about the December Fiber of the Month box from Paradise Fibers, and I did get January's box. It's right here, and I will have a close-up of this as well. Their theme for the month of January is back to basics. So I got a lot, like small amounts of a lot of different types of wool, and that'll be fun to play with once I get my spinning wheel back. And some are darker that I probably won't dye them, and some are lighter that I will dye. And so I'll have like if I do end up dyeing, I will have a video of that. I don't know when, because like I said, I keep saying that, sorry. I'm kind of stockpiling my fiber right now, and I'm not doing a whole lot with it because I'm still waiting for my spinning wheel. And I guess I'll do a quick spinning wheel update before we move on to the other acquired items. But it's still at the shop. It's been there for about 2 months now. They're still waiting on items. I guess it's an older spinning wheel that was given to me, and they're just trying to get the parts for it. So hopefully, they said that it should be done in the next week or two. I'm really hoping that it is, so that I can get it back and that I can start spinning, because I've only ever worked on a drop spindle, and I'm really excited to play with a spinning wheel. So there will be further updates and further videos about my adventures of spinning as well. So secondly, I did get a small order with Knit Picks, and I ordered when they were having a big fiber sale, and so on top of, I think it was like, it doesn't say on here, I want to say it was like 20% off yarn and fiber, and then the day that I ordered, there was like another code that I could put in there and get a free tote bag. So here's the postcard I got. I hope you can see that. I'm not sure. I have my camera on auto zoom, and it doesn't auto zoom, so or autofocus, I mean. So I'm not really sure what's up with that, but I really like this card. It's a little knitting unicorn, which is adorable. And I'll just show you really quick what I got. So I got two, and this has been a while. I think I bought this at the end of December, and I got this like a few weeks ago. So I don't remember everything I ordered, but I did get some Stroll roving. This is my favorite roving to dye with from Knit Picks. I've tried the 100% Peruvian wool, which I think is like wool of the Andes. I don't know off the top of my head. But this, it's a super wash wool, and it has nylon in it, so it's very durable, less likely to felt or partially felt, and it spins like a fluffy little cloud. I love it. And then I got, how many of these? I got 6. Well, which one is this one? Hold on. Oh, this is Stroll Fingering. So I got 1. I know I said in the last update video that I wasn't going to be dyeing any more sock yarn, but I got this to break this up into 2 or 3 mini skeins so that I can do solid colors to match other sock yarn that I've made socks that I don't think will make a whole 2 socks of of socks with it because I've already knitted smaller socks for my kids with it. So I thought it would be fun to break this up and dye this 3 different colors and have like solid accent colors for the toe, the heel, and the cuff to make more socks with what I have. And then here's the tote bag I got. It says, "All you knit is love." And it reminded me of the Beatles song, and I grew up listening to the Beatles and I loved it, and I thought this would be fun for a big project bag. And I did this in high school. I had a tote bag, and I used to collect enamel pins, and I had whole one side just covered in pins. And I kind of want to start doing that again. I'm going to start going to local craft fairs and local fiber fests and stuff like that. And I want to, I was thinking it would be fun to start collecting pins again of my experiences and travels, and I just thought that would be a fun way to have it. And then I got 6 of these, and this is the last out of the knit picks, but I got 6 of the Swish worsted weight, and so one is intended for a hat, and I wanted to play around with the idea of knitting, knitting a sweater, but dyeing more than one skein of yarn, and how reproducible it would be to get similar color across 5 skeins for a whole sweater. And I'll do a video on that. It'll either come out February, like mid to late February, or early March for the dyeing video for that, and my experiences with trying to get the similar colorway across 5 skeins of yarn. And I don't want to have to worry about like alternating the skeins. I just want to like knit skeins from end to end and make this sweater. So we'll see how that turns out. And the last thing I got was a blending board, and I got this Brother blending board. It's kind of a belated Christmas present for me, and it came with these rods to make roll legs, and it came with some brushes and this little thing that goes on the back. So I'm going to be really excited to play with this. I have a lot of ideas with blending fiber, and there will be a lot, once I get my spinning wheel and I start diving more into fiber, there will be a lot of videos about that. And this room, so this is a different location than I filmed the last one. You might not be able to tell because it's just a white wall behind me like last time. But the room I'm sitting in is our extra room that is going to be my office / sewing room. So as I unpack and organize, this will become kind of my sewing craft room. So I do want to get back into sewing, and I do a lot of what I do sewing isn't necessarily for myself. It's charity sewing, and I want to get back into that. I was just approved to be a volunteer seamstress for a local charity group that turns wedding dresses into bereavement gowns for babies that, you know, passed away, whether they were born stillborn or passed away in another way. So I want to get back into that, and I will be sharing videos about that as well in the future. And I'll probably I want to also use up my scraps. I have a lot of fabric scraps that I want to turn into project bags for all my socks and hats and stuff that I'm knitting. So I will also be sharing that with my finished objects in the future. And the last thing I want to talk about were just future videos. and what I have planned for the month of February. And February I have one video pre-filmed, and that's gonna be a fun video. I'm really excited about that video. I involved the kids and they were super excited, and I can't wait to show you the yarn that came out of that. I also have a future video for natural dyeing. I got a book for Christmas. I forgot to bring it down here, so it's still on my bookshelf, and I'm not going to run and get it right now, but I got it for Christmas for my sister-in-law, and it's about natural dyeing, and so I want to kind of dive into that and have a little bit of fun. And so I might be diving into that in February. We'll see. If not, it will be dyeing the yarn for the sweater. And then I also have a video planned for to kind of kick off a series that I want to start doing of, it's basically going to be like an introduction video of how I got into dyeing, why I enjoy dyeing, and where it's going to go from there, and the approach that I'm going to be taking and starting a small series with. And so I'm excited for that as well. And I think that's all I have to talk about. If you have any questions or topics that you would like me to cover, of course you can comment down below, and I will see you next week. Bye!